at this camp, it's on a mountain, and for some reason it seemed like no matter where I was going, it was always uphill. It was never going downhill, it was always uphill. And the dorms were like a quarter of a mile away from the place where I had to ring the stinking bell. And so here I've got all these little devils, and I can't even be there to control them. You know, I could come back to a cabin that's on fire. I don't know. So I get out of my cabin and go up, and in the morning I ring the bell, and I did that, and it was Tuesday morning, and I went back into my cabin, and I was needing to take my belt out and put it in another pair of pants, and I was already frustrated because I got 2 hours of sleep the first night I was there because the kids would not shut up. They just kept going and going and going, and they're kids that aren't disciplined. So when you say, "Be quiet," "I don't have to." "Be quiet or I'll make you." "How you gonna make me? You can't touch me." "No, but I can kill you. I'm gonna stare lasers into you." They just went on and on all night. So here I have two hours of sleep, 2.5 hours of sleep. I'm kind of groggy. Have to wake up, go ring the stinking bell. I go back down to the room, and I'm taking my belt out, and I'm gonna put it in another pair of pants. And my belt was kind of getting old and kind of worn, and as I was taking out the loops, snap. It snapped, and it broke. It was the only belt I brought. Now, all the pants that I had there, all the jeans, were kind of loose on me because I like them a little bit loose, and I don't like them super tight. And a belt really helps when they're that way. But when they're not that way, I spent the rest of the week having to go all these places, and I had to hold my pants while I was walking. And you're walking uphill, and there's rocks all over the place, and the ground's uneven, and it takes me forever to walk as it is, plus holding my pants. And then there's these annoying preachers there. I was walking out of the bathroom one day, and I'm stumbling on the rocks, and I'm holding my pants up, and this guy walks up and he puts his hand on my shoulder and says, "Brother, I got a chiropractor that can help you with your problem." Like, "You got a chiropractor that can help me with my problem? I got a foot that can help you with yours." He was like, "I noticed one of your shoulders is lower than the other." "Yeah, I'm holding my pants up." Says, "What's wrong with your pants?" So I had to go explain everything to him, and it just took me. And so it seemed like for me, I spent the whole week with these screaming kids that I don't know why, but they like to poke me. I don't know why. But it was tough. Here I was walking around the whole week with my stinking belt gone, my pants ready to fall down any moment. There were times, one time I was in the cafeteria and I had my plate and I had a juice and I had a little like thing of yogurt, and I was walking back to the table and all of a sudden I had to stop. Because if I took another step, I was about ready to lose my pants. And so all of a sudden, one of the preachers saw me and he grabbed my plate for me, and I was like, "Thank you so much." It was like I was handicapped the whole week. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. We were short-staffed. We only had about 8 staffers up there. And we had to do double duties and triple duties, some of us quadruple duties. And I tell you what, at the end of the week, it was really tough. And the kids in my room just seemed like their attitudes weren't changing. Usually at camp, you have these rotten kids on Monday, and by Wednesday they're all saved, and they're like, they got little halos around them, and you get them a little, just something great happens. And Thursday night, I was with the same sniveling little brats that I was with on Monday night. And so Thursday night, we had a little come to Jesus time, and I sat down with them and we started praying together. And I started saying, you know, if you guys don't change your lives, if you don't change what's in your heart, your world's going to get just worse and worse and worse. You have to change yourself, and you have to let God's Holy Spirit work in you, because you're not going to go back to a different place. And so I went home on Friday morning, and I was feeling pretty low. I told Nicole, I said, I don't ever want to do this again. I'm too old for this now. I can't take camp, and kids just drive me absolutely crazy. And I said, I just don't know if I can do this. We got home, and I packed the car and went and got the mail. And I got a package in the mail from Harrisonville, Missouri, from a guy that I've been corresponding with. And I thought it was interesting. And you know, sometimes we get discouraged, and sometimes we get down, and God uses some really weird things to speak to us. And I want to read this letter. It says, Dear Troy, I wanted to send you this item for some time and had it specially made for you. The Harrisonville School of Martial Arts, located in Harrisonville, Missouri, is proud to bestow on you the honorary rank of Black Belt. You know, when you prepare for your spiritual battle, and you place on the armor of God, and you're getting ready to rumble, I'm hoping that it'll serve as a reminder of how important you are, and how important it is to be prepared. And I open the package, and there's this black belt with a little Biggie D man on it. Little internet nickname, but you know, here I'd gone all week without a belt. And I really felt discouraged. Usually after camps you feel kind of encouraged. And this one, I felt really discouraged. And I don't think it's any coincidence that when I got home, there's a belt waiting for me. With some encouragement saying, hey, we're all in this war. And remember, God's looking out for you. You know, sometimes I think we feel like Lot. We get this discouragement in our hearts because we're trying to live as Christians, and we start to look at our kids, and we start to look at our neighbors, we start to look at our communities, and sometimes it's really easy to sit on that pile of ashes and go, everything is rotten and nothing is good. And we just want to say, that's it. I give up. And the Holy Spirit is saying, go out and change. Take my power. Put on that belt of truth. Put on that helmet of salvation I've given you. Take that sword of the Spirit and go out and change your world. If you're living in darkness, light it up.